It's Spring Officials Appreciation Week across Division II, and here in the Lone Star Conference, we are proud once again to have the opportunity to celebrate our stars and stripes. I'm Brandon Tripp, and today we are joined by LSC Coordinator of Officials for Baseball, Doug McClure. Doug, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
Thanks for joining us today. I wanted to start off and just ask you to give us a sense of your background as an umpire, kind of what drew you to umpiring and how you became a coordinator of officials.
Certainly. Well, getting into baseball went back to when I was about 5 years old. My dad decided that I needed to play baseball like he did, and I fell in love with the game. Went all the way through high school. That was a success, finishing my high school up with being a state champion in North Carolina, winning a state championship. Went on to the University of North Carolina to play there and finished that up. And like most of us, we're not good enough to go to the professional level. So I went away from that and decided that I still wanted to be involved in the game. And while I was at North Carolina, I actually worked my first umpiring gig as just an umpire with the Chapel Hill Parks and Recreation Department. It was with the old balloon, a pair of catcher shin guards from North Carolina, and a mask. And I had guys like Michael Jordan and Kenny Smith and Dave Popson sitting in the stands who were roommates and friends of mine, giving me the business, so to speak. I ventured out and I found a guy named Paul Wright, who was ended up being a very good friend of mine, who had played at Lubbock Christian University, and 25, 30 years ago. And he put me on the field with him for some American Legion baseball. And I say that to say this: that's where my love for umpiring baseball really came to play. I've had a lot of opportunities to work at every level of baseball. I have filled in professional baseball. I have worked high school baseball, junior college baseball, Division III, Division II, Division I, NAI. I got involved, and Lloyd Simmons, who is better known as Zero in the junior college world, asked me to start assigning his umpires at Seminole Junior College. And I had 2 or 3 schools that year. The next year I had 12. The year after that, John Bible, who was the coordinator of the Lone Star Conference, asked me if I would like to take over the University of Central Oklahoma. It was the only school up here in the Lone Star Conference. I went, yes, sir, absolutely. So for me, it has become a real job. There's a lot of people that officiate and do things on the side. For me, it has become part of my family's life.
Yeah, no doubt. That's great. If you just give us an idea of what it is like for you as a coordinator of officials for baseball, both on a day-to-day level and a larger picture as well over the course of a season.
Sure. Well, I will say first of all and foremost, and I'm not sure where this is being seen, but I can tell you this: the Lone Star Conference in baseball is the Cadillac of every Division II baseball team in the country and conference. And with that being said, there's challenges. My overall challenge, I think, is finding the officials that make the Lone Star Conference what it is today. Like I said, I've been with the Lone Star Conference probably longer than any administrator or coach in any school in the entire conference. Several of these umpire or coaches, I actually umpired one of them when he was in high school. So I've known these guys for a very, very long time. I've built relationships with them, which I believe is paramount to being able to be the coordinator and be successful in this conference. Running camps, running clinics. I watch more baseball games probably than coaches do that are scouting, because I try to review at least parts of all of our games that happen every single weekend on a day-to-day basis. Well, coaches think that they're weathermen in baseball. So probably my biggest challenge is when we have weather coming in. And for example, this weekend, there's some weather that's coming in across North and East Texas, across the GAC in Arkansas, and there's already changes being made. And that's a challenge because when most series are going a Friday, Saturday, and in some situations, we have to ask an umpire now to go to a Thursday, Friday because we've moved a series up. And they have to take off 2 days during the week, not just one day during the week from their regular job. That becomes a challenge because it's still expected to put the best person available on the field to make that game successful for us. Because of the relationships that I've built not only with the coaches, but I can personally say that there's not an umpire that I ever send onto our baseball fields that I've not personally worked with in a camp situation, a clinic situation, or maybe even on the games themselves that I'm not comfortable with. My job is to put the best person available to work our games at our level. The Lone Star Conference hires me to put the best people on the field. And so when I build those relationships with the umpires and the coaches, it makes things meld together to where it becomes successful.
Yeah. Well, Doug, last question I want to ask before we let you go. You've obviously been around the game a long time as a player, as an umpire, as coordinator of officials. What to you makes a good umpire, and why is having good umpires such an important part of the game?
Well, let's go to the second part of the question first. My belief on that is that the importance of having the good umpire on the field, on the game, is the coach actually gets to coach now. First of all, in baseball, if you don't have baseballs and you don't have umpires, you can't play. If you have baseballs but you don't have umpires, it's called a scrimmage. So you've got to have someone who takes care of keeping the game fair, keeping everything flowing. Pace of play, of course, is a big thing in the NCAA. So that falls on the shoulders of umpires. But at the end of the day, a coach wants a good umpire. It's kind of like a kid who wants good parents. When you have parents that aren't scared to discipline you, but they love you at the same time, then you have a successful family. I honestly believe that when we have really good umpires who are approachable and consistent, those are two of the words that you hear every single day in officiating. And consistency, consistency, consistency. Does that mean that they want you to be consistently bad? No. If you miss a pitch, then you're not supposed to continue to miss that same pitch over and over, right? But if I miss a pitch and the coach yells, "Hey, where's that?" or "What are you doing?" Do you have the ability to communicate back and keep everybody satisfied that, hey, maybe I missed it, maybe I didn't, maybe it was a good pitch to me, it just wasn't a good pitch to you. Um, and those lead into exactly that. It makes the importance of being involved in the game so much. Um, for a lack of a better way to put it, it makes the umpire and coaches become part of a family.
Yeah, really well put. Well, Doug, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for all that you do for the Lone Star Conference.
I'm very proud to be part of this organization. I'm very proud to be a part of the Lone Star Conference. Thank you.